welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail. Brian Daboll. We are talking about Brian Daboll. The elephant in the room. The center of the conversation. Brian Daboll. What's going to happen with Brian Daboll? It was a big week for the New York Giants, man. Some things happened. New York Giants score 45 points. New York Giants win a game at home. The New York Giants look pretty good. Drew Lock had a phenomenal day. Malik Neighbors looking like the Malik Neighbors we drafted. The guy from LSU that we wanted with all the yak yards. We got a little sprinkle of Darius Slayton, a sprinkle of Wan'Dale Robinson, a sprinkle of Tyrone Tracy. The offensive line did pretty well, despite being a patch-up job. Van Roten playing center, Kubas playing guard, Stinney playing the other guard, Evan Neal on the field. A lot of things happened last week, and the results of it shocked me. I'll say it shocked me. The New York Giants scoring 45 points and winning their first home game of the season shocked me. Now, the long-time Giants fan in me was like, yes, I love it. Fight, Giants, 45 points. Been begging all year to see this. The other side is like, it's too little too late. We doing this now. When the bigger picture was about the draft pick. The bigger picture was about the quarterback. And again, people will say what they want to say. People will talk how they want to talk. People will feel how they want to feel. I respect it all. Just be respectful at the end of the day in return. But you see the thumbnail. Brian Daboll. Is Brian Daboll the same guy? Brian Daboll does not even look like the same guy. And it's not just the rumors of the Ozempic and him losing weight, getting healthy, stuff like that. I'm talking about when you look at Brian Daboll's face. He's aged in this season alone. Because I remember in the summertime, we saw him, he was slim and trimmed down. I was like, man, he looks good. But that guy to what he looks like now, he went from, I don't even know what to call him in the summertime, to a grumpy old Santa Claus on the sideline now. That's the best way that I can say it. I didn't even know he needed glasses. He used to wear the sunglasses in the game. I guess they were prescription. And sometimes he didn't wear sunglasses. I guess he had on contacts. And now he looks like an old man. And I believe he's only like 47 years old. That's not even really an old man. It's not an old man, actually, when you think about it. But he looks like he's aged a lot, and stress to do that. Being under fire, being on a hot seat will do that. And it's not like emotionally Brian Daboll has changed. It's just the situations around him have changed. He was fiery, he was emotional, he was blowing up on the sideline in 2022. The difference back then was the team won games. And then, a lot of things become a lot more tolerable when you're winning games. You fast forward, 2023 season happened, 2024 season is right here. We're not winning, we're looking awful, some of the worst stats in the history of the franchise. And you get what you're getting right now. People are not happy, people are upset, people are calling for his job, me included. People want him out of here. He has not changed. Like, people think he is not. He's the same guy. Fiery. He was throwing stuff. He was throwing tantrums. He was slamming his headphones in 2022 when the New York Giants were winning. And he's still doing that now. But we see it. It's only been 3 years of Brian Daboll. I look back at the New England Patriots when Bill Belichick was there. 20 years of success. They had one of the longest runs ever. All those Super Bowls being won, he had the same attitude. Bill Belichick had the same attitude from day one until when they got him up out of there. When they were winning all those Super Bowls, his attitude was tolerable to the media. Not wanting to talk in the post-game or the pre-game pressers, not giving the media anything that they would like to hear. But as soon as they started losing, it became intolerable. And eventually, Bill Belichick soured on people and they shipped him up out of here. So if they can do that to Bill Belichick with all of his accolades, you can absolutely do that with Brian Daboll with his one accolade of being the coach of the year in 2022. So moving forward, I'm like, we just had this game, 45 points. Are people going to start drinking the Kool-Aid? I said it in my post-game reaction. I said, if you start to see the beat writers, putting out, comments or articles or tweets about everybody staying, John Mara doesn't want to change, John Mara is looking to stay the course. If you start seeing, I said it Sunday after the game, if you start seeing things like this, that's the feelers that they're putting out. They're checking the temperature in the room. And some people are drinking that Kool-Aid. The big blue Kool-Aid, the 45 points Kool-Aid, the Drew Lock Kool-Aid. All of a sudden, Drew Lock goes from, can't wait to get him off this team, what is he doing, to could he possibly be the bridge? In one game, things have changed. And that's where I have issues when it comes to being a New York Giants fan. And trust me, feel how you want to feel. You know what I mean? Everybody's opinion is everybody's opinion. You have your right to your opinion. Be respectful. And it is what it is. I don't have issues with anybody's opinion. I debate back and forth with a lot of people, but keep it respectful at the end of the day. That's all I ask, because I do keep it respectful with people that I don't, agree with as well. But are you drinking that Kool-Aid, man? And the biggest person that I hope is not drinking the Kool-Aid is John Mara. Because John Mara was waiting for an opportunity like this. He was waiting to see this team perform like that. So it makes it easier to make that decision of keeping everybody. And I'm seeing some other Giants content creators comment the same way. Like, you know what? It seems like this one game has changed the opinions of a lot of people. And just a week ago, we were talking about burning the house down. Just a week ago, one game wiped away that 10-game loser streak. And I guess, in my opinion, to a lot of people. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. All those losses, the paper bags on their head, people not showing up, the planes flying over the building, all that stuff was real and happened for a real reason. You can't tell me that one game with 45 points wipes away 2 bad seasons. You can't tell me that. Well, you can try to tell me that, but I won't believe it. So I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, Monday is a big deal. But they call it Black Monday for a reason. That's when a lot of coaches that are going to be fired are fired. Some coaches don't even make it to Black Monday. They get fired right after the game. We get the news. But Monday is going to be a big deal for the New York Giants, because at this point, you're looking at the whole thing, not one game, hopefully, for John Mara. And when he's looking at the situation, he does not let one game, an outlier game, he doesn't let one game decide whether or not this is the proof that I needed to keep these guys. We saw it with Dave Gettleman and Eli Manning back in 2017. That season finale against the Philadelphia Eagles, Eli Manning went off to the point where Dave Gettleman said, you know what, we don't need a quarterback in that 2018 draft. And we remember the quarterbacks in that 2018 draft. He said, we can just build around Eli a little bit more. Let's squeeze a little bit more juice out of Eli Manning. Pause. Then we got Saquon Barkley, and then we continued to waste Saquon Barkley's career. And the New York Giants have been a wasteland ever since. Yes, 2022 season, but big scheme of things, we've been bad for a long time. Everybody knows it. So just like that time, in 2017 season finale where Eli Manning beat up the Philadelphia Eagles. Just like in 2022, Daniel Jones beat up the Colts at MetLife. People yelling MVP at the end of that game. Playoff berth. We drank the Kool-Aid. I even drank the Kool-Aid then. And now, with even a smaller sample size of one game at home where you score 45 points, despite only scoring 10 points or averaging 10 points before that, you can't drink that kind of Kool-Aid. There's not even sugar in that Kool-Aid. That's just a cup of food coloring at the end of the day. That's what that is. There's no good taste. There's no sweetness. There's no anything in this cup of Kool-Aid. We haven't even tasted it yet. We're just looking at it, and it looks like Kool-Aid is supposed to look. But ain't no sugar in that. It's going to be disgusting as soon as you taste it. So I'm just hoping, man, and I'm getting ready for it too, because I want to know how I need to react moving forward. Like, if we're going to keep this whole regime, I need to accept that and move forward, because I can do that. I can handle that. Or if we're going to fire everybody and move from that, I'm ready for that too. And then also, if we keep one and fire one, unfortunately, I'm ready for that as well. And my reaction will be my reaction. But at the end of the day, I'm a New York Giants fan. I bleed blue, and I will, take the good with the bad, take the bad with the good, and move forward. And we'll start talking about the off season. But man, it's going to be a big week. It's going to be a big decision, and I hope they don't drag this decision along. John Mara should know right now. The Philadelphia Eagles game should have nothing to do with John Mara's decision whether or not he wants to keep these guys or fire these guys or do whatever he needs to do in the situation. The Philadelphia Eagles should not be the catalyst of this decision. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because again, I'm not blind to the beat writers. I see the articles going out there. 2 weeks ago, the articles were, keeping one and getting rid of the other. As soon as we win this game, score 45 points, now it's talking about possibly keeping both. Nobody's dumb. I understand what I'm looking at. I understand what I'm reading. I understand what I'm seeing. Hopefully you guys understand and see what's going on as well. And hopefully, again, you're not drinking that Kool-Aid. But if you drink the Kool-Aid, to you, hopefully it's delicious. Hopefully it's delicious. So, again, we start the new year. Happy New Year to everybody. Can't wait to get the offseason started with some of the draft talk, the college prospects and stuff like that, getting to the combine. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to get all this news about possible prospects and possible targets for the New York Giants moving forward in the draft, and also free agency as well. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dad Schnoes, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.
We got to